The year 2000 is important in the sense that the international community began to exert great pressure on developing countries like Pakistan for achieving the Millennium Development Goals. Now, the pressure from the real world onto the developing world, including Pakistan, and if you are familiar with the Millennium Development Goals, one of the goals was education for all, and it was to be achieved by 2015. 2015 has gone. We don't have education for all, and the Millennium Development Goals are now the Millennium Sustainable Goals. We've developed it. Whatever we've done, are we sustaining that? Are we moving in the right direction with those goals? This pressure was one of the most important forces which moved the Pakistani government to accelerate its efforts for achieving universal primary education, and as a result, it supported the emergence of private sector education in a liberal policy framework. Based on this pressure from the international community, the government opened up privatization and private education because the Millennium Development Goal was universal primary education up to grade 5. Have we achieved that? Not really. We have gotten closer. We have many more children today in schools than there were in 2000. So we are getting there, but we haven't gotten all the children up to the mark. And so we will have to consider seriously, how are we going to sustain this goal? Carry it forward. We cannot stall and stop and be happy with whatever percentage of children we have in schools today receiving primary education. Number of private educational institutions in Pakistan. In 2000, you see there were about roughly 36,000. In 2007 and 8, there were 73.5 thousand, and the percent change was 105%. Now, if we only focus on numbers, we will be lost. We have to focus beyond numbers. Okay, we've doubled practically the number of institutions. Are all those institutions providing quality, effective education? That's what needs to be looked at. That's where the research needs to focus on. Only numbers don't mean much. Distribution of private educational institutions by level. So we've got primary education. Pre-primary is the smallest. Primary is a heavy chunk of 23%. Middle is 33%. High is 19%. And the lowest really is universities with 0.5%. The Dini Madrasa seem to have done better at 16%. So private educational institutions, they are there. They are maybe small in number, but they do exist in all the particular areas of education, beginning with pre-primary, moving to primary, middle, high, higher secondary, degree colleges, technical and vocational institutes, universities, and Dini Madaris as well. So when we see that the schools exist in the private sector across the span of educational opportunities, then where are we going wrong? See, again, it's not just the numbers that matter. What happens within those institutions tends to be more important. Distribution of private educational institutions by regions. Look at Punjab at 65%, top of the list. KPK following at 11, Sindh at 16, and Fatah Balochistan ICT, which is the Islamabad Capital Territory, at 1%, Gilgit at 2%, and Azad Jammu Kashmir at 3%. So what is Punjab doing that the other provinces are not doing? Why is it that Punjab has 65%, way high? It's practically 50% higher than the next high, which is Sindh at 16%. How can that gap be bridged? What needs to be done is absolutely critical. And if other provinces can follow the example of Punjab, I think we would have a better overall number for Pakistan. Number of teachers in private educational institutions. You see how it has grown again, comparing the same group, 2000 and 2007 and 8, from about 81,000 to roughly 192,000, 136% increase. Okay, but again, as I said, numbers are not good enough. We've more than doubled the number. But are the teachers trained? Are the teachers doing the right things? Do the teachers deliver quality education to our students? That is what research needs to look at, not just the increasing numbers. Looking at numbers will not get us very far. Enrollment of students in private educational institutions. See, roughly from about 6 million in 2000 to 12 million something in 2007 and 8. So the number of students have also doubled. The number of institutions have doubled. The number of teachers have doubled. The number of students have doubled. Where is the quality? Where is the effectiveness in the education that we provide to our students? So simply increasing in terms of numbers is not the key to good quality education. We will have to look at follow-ups and what happens within these institutions with those teachers and those students.